multiple coverages throughout the year, and then obviously the goal is to have 3 or 4 that you can really hang your hat on and be good at over the course of the season. So I think multiple coverages is a necessity with the amount of different styles of play and the different talent levels that you come across each and every game.
How much of that is dependent on the willingness of your point guard to be physical?
Well, you have to impact the ball for sure. So yes, the ball screen defense starts right there with the ball handler. So that is a key part. The initial phase of ball screen defense is making sure that our point guard and whoever's in it, because a lot of teams will use 1s, 2s, and 3s in it. So a lot of that depends again on who, what, when, and where ball screens are set, and that determines the approach that we're going to take towards stopping it.
And the last question is, it becomes a defense.
Yes.
How much of it, if you could parse it out, physical versus mental, how much of playing good defense is can you apportion?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think you are your habits, and you have to, from a defensive standpoint, the hardest thing to do is guard the ball and close out. So those two things we practice religiously every day, closing out and guarding the ball. Then once you get that toughness built up and you have a connectedness and a synergy, if you will, on defense, where each guy knows what his help responsibility is, so that our phrase in the program is the help never gets beat. And that's something that we work on each and every day to make sure you understand what's my help responsibility, what's my on-the-ball responsibility, and you keep building those habits each and every day to create a team that slowly and continually builds momentum on the defensive end and confidence in one another.
Thanks.
Yes, you're welcome.
What makes Charles Matthews such a good defender?
Well, I think Charles, obviously the physical attributes, he has great length. He has a toughness about him and a willingness to learn, and he wants to be. I mean, that's such a key part of defense is, you have to want to do that because it's hard. And I think with Charles, he has a chance to be a really good on the ball as well as off the ball help defender for us, and then to finish out possessions, be a great rebounder from the wing position, which is a key phase of closing out the offensive possession.
How many different positions do you think he can guard this year?
Well, we hope at least two, and we hope to get to 3. So I would say that's another advantage that Charles has, is he has the ability to guard multiple positions.
So would that be the 3 and the 4, or the 2 and the 3?
I would say probably the 3 and the 4 to start, and then hopefully develop and increase his skills to guard multiple players. Yeah.
One of the things that seemed like they improved a little bit defensively was cutting down on three-point attempts by
Yes.
the opposition. There
Yep.
was a stretch there where they were all going in, but they were
Yes.
cutting down the number at least. And
Right.
what did you see from them last year that they did to really kind of just shut that off? Was it just case of emphasizing it more?
Yeah, you get what you emphasize. You can't emphasize everything defensively. You have to hang your hat on 1 or 2 things, and you hope that the 1 or 2 things that you really hang your hat on are the things that you're going to see transfer over to consistent game performance. And last year, again, towards the end of the season, games that I watched and studied their defense, that was a definite emphasis. And one thing for us will be contested shots. We were really big at Illinois State on charting contested shots and making sure that each and every shot was contested with every fiber of your body. That's kind of the way we looked at it, and you make them miss rather than hope they miss.
Kind of saying that you brought some new drills to the defense, and we're also inheriting some ones that they were doing last
Right.
year. What's that process been like of trying to integrate everything together?
It's fun. That's the great part about putting together a team and then putting together a defense and then breaking it down into those drills that you had mentioned. That each there's a lot of different ways to be really good. So the key thing is making sure that you're efficient with your practice time, and that's the great thing about Coach B, is that he really studies We meet about it, practice each and every day. We study the practice beforehand and understand what we need to get better at to keep building and chipping away at becoming a great defensive team. So I think ultimately, you know, the conversations that we have as a staff about what's the best way to get the most out of our players and the most out of that our time is the answer to that question. We maximize time by talking about things beforehand and making sure that our guys were efficient with practice time.
What were some of the things